Today we are going to be going over tips and tricks for Canva. Um, the biggest thing to know about Canva is you can do everything, so you just need to practice, practice, practice. But hopefully I can give you some tips and tricks today that will get you started and going. You have a paid well, it's not paid. The district gets it for free, but you have a pro education account through the district. So to log into your account, make sure that you are going through SSO to log in. It is one of your SSO options, and it'll take you through the single sign-on to get into Canva. Also, you can choose to use the Canva app or Canva on the web. I have found that Canva on the web sometimes slows my computer down, so it'll get a little bit laggy. So I have downloaded the Canva app from Manager, and that's the version that I use. Buttons are all the same. It's just my choice, and my computer seems to run a little bit better. So choose if you would like to use the app or the web. Getting logged into the app, make sure you go through SSO first and log in on the web, then click log in on the app, and things should work a little bit better. That's my caveat there. All right, let me share my Canvas screen with you. So right now, I am in the Canva. Oops. Right now, I'm in the Canva app. So my view might look a little bit different if you are using Canva on the web, but the buttons are all still the same. If you have not updated your Canva app, you should at least close it and relaunch it. Canva has gone through what they've called a glow up, and buttons have changed. So if you are a Canva user, just know there's a new view and some things have moved around. Also to say that, just know that it's only been changed for a couple of days. So where I'm used to looking for things, it's not there anymore, but I will try my best to get through it all. When you log into Canva, you are going to see the most recent things you've been working on or anything that you have starred. So starring things is like making it a favorite. Over here on the left, you'll see your panel. So my home is going to show me recent things that I've made. I have options for creating new things here, or I can hit the create a design. If I am looking for a project that I've made or a folder, I can go to the projects button. And here I can find any of my folders. I can also find any of my designs. One thing to know is that you are part of a team. So up here in the top right, you'll see the teams that I am a part of. So I supported Lakeside and the administration building last year. So I'm part of staff and admin because I'm a learning coach. And then I'm also a part of the administration building and Lakeside. You may have one or two teams. The reason this is important is the way that you can share from these teams or who has access to things. I just realized I can't see my chat, so I'm going to move it real quick. There we go. Okay. Please hear me when I say that anything that you make inside of a team cannot be seen by anybody unless you share it with them. So if you're worried about creating something in your school team, Nobody is going to be able to see what you made unless you give them access to it. So let me switch back to staff and admin. Some of these folders are shared folders, and you can see that by who has access to them down here. Whereas my other folders, they don't have people who have access to them. So those are just viewed by me. Down here in my designs, you'll notice this presentation is shared with people. There are people who can view it, but this presentation is just mine. So people can only see things unless you give them access to it. To create a new design, you can tap this Create a Design button, and it is going to give you all sorts of options to choose from. It's also going to give you templates. So if you know what you want to make, you can start typing in what it is. So let's say I want to make an About Me poster for the beginning of the year. So it'll give me an About Me presentation, an About Me poster, About Me worksheets that I can go through. As I select that All About Me poster, it's going to give me my poster workplace, but it's also going to give me templates that I can choose from. So if I don't want to start from scratch, I can scroll through these templates and find something that I like that I want to work from. So let's say that one. Now I can come in here and edit any of these things that I want to work on this screen. You'll notice if you are a previous Canva user that your menu bar at the top is now way more simplified. So to get more options, you're going to want to click this See All button, and it's going to pop over to your right-hand side. Before, all of your options were at the top all the time. And if you clicked on something, it popped over to the left. That is no longer a thing. Over on the right-hand side, you also have access to designs. So I can see more templates that are like the one that I selected if I want to change it. I can look at styles. So if I want to change the color combinations or any of the font sets, they will give you fonts that will go together. So you don't have to choose those. I can also choose from recent design styles. So that's under design, your templates and your styles. Elements are different things that I want to add to my project. So I can search elements and find graphics, photos, videos, all sorts of different types of dogs. I can also use the AI image generator. So if I wanted to generate my own image or graphic because I can't find exactly what I want, I can enter 5 or more words to give me the picture that I'm wanting AI to create for me. I can also add text from this side. You won't have any brands right now. I know the district is working on making district brands for Canva, but we don't have those yet. You can upload videos and pictures. They have a draw option. I've never used it. And then you can also click through their apps. So they have a lot of AI apps. They've got charts, QR codes, all sorts of things that you can use and add to your projects. So that is a whole nother session on Canva apps. We won't get into that. So again, from the beginning, if you're new to Canva, you won't have any recent designs, but you can access your designs here. You can quickly create a new design from the top, or you can use your create a design from here. I can also star things to make it accessible from this quick menu. Are there any questions so far? I don't want to go too fast. How do you add a YouTube video to the design? Ooh, that is a good question that I don't know I know the answer to. Let me think through that. So I'm guessing you're wanting to add like a YouTube video to a presentation. And you can add videos to your presentation. I'm guessing a YouTube video is going to have to go in as a link. Is there anybody in the chat who has look at that. Enjoy YouTube videos inside your presentation. Thank you, Lily Monson. So I just went to apps and searched YouTube and it pulled up right here. I haven't used this before, but it's worth playing with. And I'm guessing that it'll put your YouTube video like straight into your presentation from here. I love the brain of the room. Y'all are the best. Okay, let's talk through, I'm going to choose this class agenda. What's great when you choose a design from Canva is they are going to show you all of the page options. So if you just want to use one or two of these pages, you could, or I can hit apply all 10 pages and it's going to add all of those pages to my presentation. It also gives you the template style. So it tells you what fonts they're using and the color palette. You can shuffle this to make it change automatically. And your colors are now going to live up here in your color options. So any of the colors that it picks up from your template that you chose will live right here in your document colors. Do know that if you click, like if you added one page from this template and then you click out and you go somewhere else in design, you're going to have to come back to this recently used to get back to these pages. It doesn't give you like a way to see all of the pages like you would in like a Google slide or even Keynote. So just know that you'll have to get access back to this. Also, if you're creating a presentation with somebody, they can't see the template that you chose unless you add all the pages to the bottom. I've learned that being collaborative. Okay, let's say I love this, but I also want my own style. I want my own color palette. So I'm going back to design and I'm going to styles. I can come in and change the color palette based on color palettes that they have made. Or if I add a picture that I've uploaded, I screenshot color palettes all the time. If I right click on this picture that I just added, I can hit apply colors to page and it'll take the colors from my color palette that I've added and apply them to this page. Now I can come back to design, and if I hit my recently used, I can hit apply to all pages and it'll change the color palette for all of the pages in my presentation. And it'll do that for any color palette that you choose. There we go. set that back to normal. Being able to apply color palettes that easily is one of my favorite things. Also, you'll notice when I added that picture, it went behind my text. And sometimes it's hard to see and get to your layers. So another one of my favorite buttons is this position button. I can move things forward, backward, to back, to front, but I also use this layers option. So if I want this color palette picture to be on the front, I can move it all the way to the top and it's going to move that layer. I can also drag it below all of these flowers and it'll layer it that way. Somebody's telling me design is not showing up. So, or style. If you click on your first slide, if we're in a presentation, and you go to design, up at the top, you should see styles. And then it'll give you colors and fonts to choose from. Let me know if you still can't find it. Another fun thing to do, I've used it in PDs and with classes before, is if you are in a presentation and you want it to become interactive for the participants. Okay, you're on your iPad. I'll have to look on my iPad and see where styles live. It's a little bit different on the iPad. If you're wanting one of these slides to become interactive with a class, with a group that you're presenting to, you can right click on that slide and you can tap expand to whiteboard. So now just this slide has become an interactive whiteboard and you get unlimited space. So you and your class could then collaborate on this one slide together and have more space to work with everybody. I did this with some fourth graders at the end of this last year, and we used the whiteboard feature so that they could add images they created with AI and some 6-word stories. All I had to do was give them access to my presentation, and when I got to that slide, they were able to get on with me, go to that slide, and then we added everything to our interactive slide. As the designer, I could now take all of this and make it bigger. I could add more sections to it. I could give my participants places where they would add the elements that I want them to add. On a whiteboard, you can also lock elements. So if I want them to not mess with anything, I can lock it and then they would add like their sticky notes or shapes or pictures or whatever you're having them add to your presentation. There are also AI elements that Canva has built in. So we've already talked about the AI image generator. You give it your prompt and the AI image generator will generate that image for you. They also have this magic quick actions. So if you click on the quick actions, you can look at what they have for you. So if you've written a paragraph and you're like, oh, this paragraph is so wordy, you could ask AI to shorten it for you, rewrite it for you. It'll also do like text actions for you, give you graphics, all the things that AI can do for you as you're working in your presentation or on your design. When it comes to images, I don't have just like a blank slide. Canva AI for images is one of the best. So let me find a picture. So with this image, I can now hit edit. And it's going to give me all of the Magic Studio recommendations. So I've got a background remover. I can use this magic eraser to get rid of things in this picture that I want. So let's see if it'll get rid of this orange bubble. This was an AI image that was generated, so you can tell their faces are a little creepy. So that orange bubble was back there. Now you can't even tell that it was there. I bring photos in to Canva to edit them all the time because their tools are so good. This is that background remover. So it said I may want to remove that background if I just want the kids. The magic expand is pretty cool. I'm curious to see what it'll do with this picture, but it will expand the image beyond where it already is. Sometimes it adds more like grass and house and trees. Sometimes it adds additional people. So you can see this option, it added more trees to the sides. This option, it added another creepy kid over here playing. So when it comes to humans, it's not like the absolute best, but you can get it to do some pretty cool things. I can also grab text, grab people from this magic edit. You could make them holding different things or add different things that you want to add. These AI tools are worth messing around with. You also have options for filters, any effects that you want to add. So just playing around with all of these buttons from that edit option. Just make sure you have your image selected and then you can hit edit. It'll also do the same thing with text for you. So if you click on effects, here you have options for shadows, lift, outlining. You can make your text curved really easily. So if you're ever looking to curve any of your text, this is a great way to use it. So just knowing that you've got effects and your different options to edit those text at that up in that menu bar. I can also add PDFs into my design. I can add videos. I've added my own videos, and we just learned together how to add the YouTube videos. I want to hear how that works, and I'll play with it also. You can also make QR codes. So say I have a website that I want my students, participants to get to. It could even be a Google Doc, website, anything you want them to get to. If I go to apps and search QR code, I tend to use this simple first one and I enter that URL. It's going to generate that QR code for me right there inside of Canva. So I don't have to go out, save it from somewhere else, come back and add it. Any questions so far? I've said a lot in the last 5 minutes. How did I get the whiteboard view? Great question. So any of the slides that you have at the bottom, you can turn into a whiteboard. So this one that I've been working on that looks fabulous right now, if I right click on it and then tap that expand to whiteboard. Yes, Anu, the Dolly is also an AI image generator that you could use. The Canva AI image generator uses Dolly, so I don't know why they do those separately. Lily, I'm with you. The AI picture tools are absolutely mind-blowing. One of my favorite things to do, I've done it with adults. I haven't done it with kids, but you have a prompt that you put in here, which is like create your favorite animal, doing your favorite activity, eating your favorite food, and then everybody puts it on a Canva whiteboard together. It's so much fun to see everybody's like how it adds to that. Yes, I will show you how to share. Somebody asked about audio. You can add recording of your voice. Um, I have not figured out how it works on the iPad. I have clicked and clicked and clicked and clicked with students to have them add voice to their Canva designs, and I can't find it. So if somebody finds it on an iPad, please let me know. On your computer, if you go to uploads, you can hit record yourself. It is going to automatically turn on the video option, but you can turn that off and it will just record your audio. So then you'll tap record and you can record your audio. I don't know if it'll do it while I'm on Zoom. Let's see. So I'm recording my voice, getting everything I want to say for this slide. When I tap done, what's great is I can go to the next slide and hit record again and keep recording my voice for as many slides as I need to. Then I can click save and exit. So I'm recording my voice, getting everything I want to say for this slide. When I tap, there we go. It's going to do its upload business. I will say this gray circle stays there as your audio recording. So what I like to do is go back to that position and layers and either move it behind something just so that it's not right there front and center. You can also resize it so that it's a little bit smaller, unless you need students to like tap and listen to it later. You can also add under playback, you can make it play automatically when they go to that slide, or you can make it play on repeat if you want them to keep listening to it over and over again. So hopefully that helps with the audio. All right, let's look at sharing real quick, and then I will show you presentation tools. When you're done with everything and you want to share it, you're going to tap your share button. If you are sending a collaboration link, this is so that people can work on it with you. So if you want students to add things to a whiteboard within your presentation or work on the presentation with you, you want to share this collaboration link. If you want other teachers to work on it with you, you want to make sure that this is either the group that you are in or anyone with the link. This is where it's really important to think about the group. Anyone that's from staff and admin can access and edit my design right now, which is fine. But if you're not in the staff and admin group, you cannot access and edit my design. So that's when I would want anyone with the link. If you're sharing with students, I would stick to anyone with the link for right now, because that's going to be the best way to make sure that they have access if you want them to collaborate with you. If you just want them to view your design, you're going to want to hit public view link. This is going to create a link that is just a viewable link and they cannot change or make any edits to it. But there are more ways that you can share this also. So if I click on more, here I can create a template link. So if I have made a presentation that I want students to then make a copy of to create their own changes, I'm going to make a template link. so that everybody makes their own copy and they make their own changes. You also can turn your presentations into a website. It's pretty cool how this works. Let's publish that website. Once you are done with a presentation, you could turn it into a website. And it just gives them a different view of the exact same information. So it gives it its own link as it opens up in Safari. Come on, computer. Anyway, I'm going to let that load and it'll give you a different view of the presentation. It's like oh, it looks like it was going. It gives like a scrollable view and it makes it easier for like parents to see it if you want it to become, there it is. If you want parents to be able to view it, it makes a nice viewable website for them. So I'm recording my voice. Canva websites are really cool to design and use for different things also. There was what grade was it? I think it was a fourth grade project that one of the other coaches worked on with a teacher at Town Center, and the students made their own website to show book reviews for different authors. It was really cool. So there are lots of uses for Canva websites. Under share, you've also got options to download anything that you need to, and you can create QR codes. Can you share? Yes, you could use the website option to share in Schoology or Parent Square. That would be a great way to get links through those two places. Speaking of Schoology, I don't want to get into like Schoology design, but you can use a smart embed code to make your Canva links or your Canva presentation show up inside of Schoology. So if you want to put presentations inside of Schoology from Canva, reach out to one of your coaches and we can show you how to use that smart embed link to get that into Schoology so that students can see your presentations. But the website is another great way to do that. All right, last thing I want to show you is presenting from Canva. So when I hit present and I'm in presenter mode, I have some really cool options to use as a presenter. So down at the bottom, these magic shortcuts, you'll notice that there's like a blur, quiet, bubbles, confetti. I can hit any of these keys on my keyboard to make those things happen. So if I'm presenting and I want the focus to be on me, I can hit B for blur so that my screen blurs and focus comes to me. Or if I want confetti, because somebody just gave me a phenomenal answer, it'll shoot confetti for them. You also can do like drum rolls, curtain calls. This mic drop is pretty fun. So just some really fun magic shortcuts. Another way that you can do this, and it's hard to show you not in person, but if you take your phone and you hit the three dots on your presentation and you hit share remote control, a QR code is going to pop up. I can scan that QR code with my phone. And where's my Zoom? I don't know if you can see. It's not going to show you, but my phone becomes a remote control. So I still have those same magic shortcut options, but I'm just tapping it from my phone instead of having to be next to my computer. I can also advance my slides from here. I can make anything happen from the remote on my phone instead of being tied to my computer where my presentation is happening. Be careful pulling up this share remote control because right now any of you could scan this QR code and control my presentation. So just know that like your students could also, if you put that QR code up in front of them. Another pretty cool option is this interactive Q&A with Canva Live. If you turn on Canva Live, it gives your students a QR code, or they can type in a code at canva.live and they can put questions. They can respond to each other here. They can use reactions while you're doing your presentation. So it's just kind of another nice way to have a back channel. I've never used this with kids. I've only used it with adults during professional learning. So uses, with your discretion. And one of the last things that I love is that you can use a timer with music. So if I need a 5-minute timer, I just hit 5 on my keyboard and it's going to pull up a 5-minute timer for me. They have just simple built-in music that you can use. Focus is very spa-like. I don't know if you can hear that. But when my timer goes off, the music will stop with it. I can also add or subtract a minute based on what my students need or what my participants need. So it's really easy to start a timer straight from in Canva and use those magic shortcuts there also. Any questions about that? All right, and we already went over sharing. Oh, translating. That's what I want to show you. This is another great feature. Once you are finished, you can come up to this resize and magic switch button and you can tap translate. It gives you a ton of different languages to choose from. You can have it translate the entire presentation, or if you just need certain slides translated, you can have it translate just certain slides. And then AI is going to translate and copy that for you. So you still have access to your old presentation, and it'll give you a copy of your translated presentation. I have been told that the translation is actually pretty good. So, I mean, always check your translations, but I've been told that it's decent. So now you can see I have that one presentation I was working on, and then I have the one slide that I asked for it to put into Hungarian. Yes, Anu, there are many, many new features to learn. You are absolutely right. Again, like I said, the best thing to do is to play around, click all the buttons. Just like I tell students when they're working, your undo button is your best friend. So use your undo button if you do something that you were like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, Ryan, if you translate only the one slide, it's not part of the whole PowerPoint. So you would need to like copy that slide and put it back into the original if you need both versions in the same place. Show one more time how to publish a presentation to a website. Yes. So if I tap share and then I go to more, website is an option. So now that I have already made this into a website, it says that it's live, and then I can just copy this link and add it wherever I need it to go. Any other questions or things you'd like me to go back over? Yep, how to record. You got it. So on your computer, go to upload on the left, and then you'll hit record yourself. From here, remember it'll automatically turn on your camera. So you can turn that off if you don't want to see yourself, and then you'll tap record. Once you're recording, when you hit done, don't save and exit yet because you can keep recording on any slide that you need to add audio to and then tap save and exit. Melissa, great question. How do I recommend learners share Canva products with educators? Um, it depends on what they're working on. There are Canva classes that you can create. They're not working very well, so I would stay away from the Canva class feature until a coach says, yeah, it's working great. Um, if a student is working on a presentation, I would either have them copy a view link for you and share it with you in Schoology. Or if it's like a poster or just like a single use thing, I would have them download it as like a JPEG or a PNG and then share that with you through Schoology or the place that you're having them share. Downloading is probably going to be the number one best way, especially if it's just like one slide or one poster, one something. Videos will download. Otherwise, they're going to need to create a link. Theirs will not say public view link, I don't think. Um, I had to ask special permission for students at Lakeside to be able to share links. So if your students aren't seeing it, talk to a coach and we can get it turned on. Anything else? Have learners been schooled in Canva, or would DLCs be willing to come and teach them? Many students have used Canva, but that is up to the teachers that they have had and how far they have gotten into it. A coach would absolutely be willing to come in and work with your kids. I will tell you the best way to do this is to not have a this is how to use Canva lesson. Let's figure out a way to integrate it into your lesson, and they will figure out all the buttons so fast because they're just really good at it. And we can come in and kind of co-teach with you and give them tips as they're working inside of Canva. But I feel like Danny, didn't we have your kids in Canva this year? Like I've had second graders all the way up through fifth graders using it, and they do a phenomenal job. Yep, there you go, Gayla. Second through fifth, they do. They love it. They love all the options. Um, And we found really cool ways for them to use the AI image generator to add to like stories that they're writing or different. We did 6 word stories with AI generated images. They've used them to help explain learning. They don't have access to quite a few of the AI tools, but they do have access to the AI image generator tools. So, yay, I knew. They did do great. They did great talking about books and making different things, posters and stuff. So, all right. Well, that is all I had for you today. I hope you're able to get some good tips and notes. I know it's overwhelming. I know there's a lot to dig into. So definitely reach out to a coach this year to talk about working in Canva and click around, try it out, use the templates because they're already amazing and save yourself some time and some of that designing. Um, when you have learners create things like book reports, do you use presentations or flyers for one pagers? Good question, Esther. I typically would have them pull up like a flyer or a poster. I feel like it gives them a different space to work in, and because the orientation is different, it just kind of adds something a little bit different. Um, but it's all in whatever you would like them to design in or wherever they feel comfortable designing. The great thing about Canva is whether they open up a presentation or a poster, all the tools are the same. So, oh, Gayla, I'm glad you said that. I hope I still have it. Um, if you click on the get to know Canva glow up, here is a guide that will take you through the things that they changed. Mary, I will absolutely share this recording. I know it's a little sloppy, but it has been recorded and it'll get shared. Yay, I'm so glad that you got something out of both sessions. All right, have a wonderful rest of your summer, and I can't wait to see you when we get back.